Hey, what's up? It is Toni Loyal. Welcome to Talking Thrash. I am a man of my word. I am a universal cat, partially healed and kind of saved. Welcome to Talking Thrash. Today, I want to talk to y'all about something called the movement of self. Also, I want to just say I am gamalicious today. I had to do it. My bros made me do it. I am in my new space, the new room that I set up specifically for Talking Thrash. It looks good. It makes me look good. I look good. I feel good. I smell good. I'm all good. Welcome to Talking Thrash, y'all. Thank you for joining. Listen, like and subscribe. I have to say that just because I love you and your mama. And I will say that at the end. As you know, Talking Thrash always does boss up. What is boss up? Y'all know I ain't gonna leave y'all. Boss up is business organization services shout out. It's where I give you, your organization or business, a simple shout out, a little bit line about what your business is, how we can locate you, and what is your inspiration behind this. Thank you for all the ones that have turned in everything regarding your business. I will make sure that I get to you all down the line. Real quick, you can follow me on Toni Latte, Tonilatte on Facebook, or Loyal16 Tony on Instagram, Loyal 16 Toni. Let's boss it up, y'all. Tonight for Boss Up, it is simply ladies' night. Everybody that I have on Boss Up right now they're all women. So shout out to the ladies. Throw your hands up at me. And they are all beautiful women that I know and love, and I have the privilege of introducing some of their things to them. First on Boss Up, we have Ashley Borderson. Bloom with Borderson is her theory, and her company is called Charisma in Bloom. It exists to empower individuals, especially women, by building confidence in how they feel, how they look, how they live. Discovering the wow colors create a movement of confident, faith-driven individuals and live boldly. You can follow Ashley on Instagram at BRODERSEN Ashley. And the name of the company is Charisma in Bloom, CHARISMAIN, and then the word Bloom, LLC. And that is Ashley Brodersen, BRODERSEN. Thank you for that, Ashley. I had the privilege of looking at some of her colors. They were really amazing. She kind of explains how the color palette works for your skin tone. Her theory is everybody don't look good in black. Ashley, I'm glad I look good in black, but thank you for that boss up. Next up, we have one of my people that I know through another person that I know, Miss Christina Hand. Now, y'all might have seen my picture on Facebook where I posted a picture of me holding flowers. Those were from Christina, okay? Let me tell you about Miss Christina Hand. She's the owner of Spruce Avenue Flowers, SPRUCE Avenue Flowers at North Iowa Cut Flowers Farm. I've been out there. I love the farm. It is amazing. It is for seasonal local flowers. Christina provides a beautiful collection of seasonal florals that all will literally melt your heart. I know it melted mine. I mean, when I was there, the farm was peaceful and serene. Like, it was just everything for me. And I was like, why does this farm exist in Iowa and I didn't even know it? I got my whole life at that farm. Thank you, Christina, for that. You can reach her at KRISTINA. You can reach Christina, at Spruce, SPRUCE, AVE Flowers, FLOWERS at gmail.com. Her IG is Spruce Ave Flowers, and her phone number is 641-201-6956. Again, IG, y'all might find her on there. SPRUCEAVE Flowers. Flowers. Okay, since I'm singing, this last person on Boss Up, before I introduce who this is, Miss Devin C. Lewis, or Devin C. I had the privilege of listening to her back in 1999 or 2000 when she recorded with the Langston University Choir. I have been in love with this woman's voice for over 25 years. She is one of my favorite singers. She is one of my favorite sounds in the ear in general. Give it up, Miss Devin C. Lewis. She is from Dallas, Texas, now living in Oklahoma. A singer, performer who has studied music theory at Langston University in Oklahoma. Her singing covers classical, gospel, R&B, soul, and madrigals. If y'all know anything about madrigals, you know. Sorry about that. She also sings tenor, first soprano, second soprano, alto, and tenor. And I know that she can do it all. Devin says, I am continuing to push for my dreams and I'm grateful for each opportunity. You can find Devin on Facebook at DE apostrophe VINC or on IG Instagram. You can find her at DA underscore songstress. So duh underscore songstress. Thank you for Boss Up. Thank you for that. I will continue to shout out everybody as you give me your information. It's ladies' night. I thank you all for the information that you've provided. I encourage all of you ladies to keep going no matter what it looks like and where you at, because I enjoy everything that you have to offer right now. Gracie! As you know, I have my drink of choice. Okay, let me tell y'all, it's only Tuesday, and Tuesday has been Tuesdaying, and it's been a long day, and I had a meeting, and I had to come here, but I got that cab. They said, how you coming? I'm coming with that cab. Gamify with the cab. All right, last week we talked about joy, the enjoy effect. This week, I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit more about the joy. I'm kind of joyous right now. I'm on a joy movement, and if you ain't with me, you can come. I mean, you can just get a ticket at the Joy Room, at the Joy Station, and let's get it on. Thank you, everybody, for joining Talking Thrash. I see about y'all coming in here slowly but surely. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Hi, Kent, and thank you for all of your support. The movement of self is what I want to talk about tonight, because you know I'm not going to be here long, but I do want to get through these things because I thought about the movement of self. What does that mean? You know, are we matching energy? Are we removing ourselves from situations that don't serve us? I'm going to get into that right now. Fall back into yourself. Okay? Just fall back into you as you're discovering. Fall back into yourself. Remember when you did that Saturday morning thing that you loved that no one else knew about? Remember? Maybe it was like, you know, a couple of episodes of Phineas and Ferb. For me, it would have been Family Matters. Or maybe it was a wake and bake with your favorite cousin on the phone for a couple hours, 9 a.m., real good with some coffee. Like, cousin, listen. The question is, right now, as an adult, what is a Saturday morning ritual that you do as an adult that brings you childhood nostalgia? For me, and you can tell me in your comments because I'm going to look for them. Thank you. For me, the Saturday morning ritual thing that I do as an adult that brings me childhood nostalgia, I honestly will have to say that I watch cartoons. I get up, I feed my cat, and I make some coffee, and I turn on some cartoons. And I'm not talking about Cartoon Network or Adult Swim, even though that might be streaming a lot. I'm talking about Ninja Turtles. I find me some Looney Tunes, some Darkwing Duck. Come on, somebody. I find me some old Inspector Gadget. I find the things that Saturday morning used to bring. Now, we know Saturdays can be very busy if you are a parent. You know, it could be covered with practices and sports games and traveling and recitals and shopping for cleats and all that stuff. But even in those moments when you are with your children on a Saturday, there is still some joyful childhood nostalgia that you can tap into. When you see your kids scoring at the baseball game or the soccer game, you can rejoice and let that kid in you come out. But I know that's hard to do as an adult on a Saturday because, I mean, we have like conversations and meeting somebody for breakfast. For me, I go right to the cartoons. Why? Because I felt the cartoons were a moment where I didn't have a worry in the world. I didn't have to worry about danger or dysfunction if I even knew about it. And last year, I used to tell everybody, I don't do nothing before noon on Saturday. So they're like, let's go to breakfast. Let's go at 12:30. Okay, let's do that. But the thing I wanted to highlight about cartoons is it takes us away from the reality of the world. It also is a time for us to get off our phones. Like, I know I need to detox as I'm using my phone right now, going live for Talking Thrash. I do need to put my phone down and pick up something like the remote control or a dumbbell. But I do need to get myself out of this idea that I have to just scroll on Instagram or make a TikTok video or like, I want to get away from my phone. I want to be able to go into those moments where I can watch Inspector Gadget and listen to him yell at Penny as they're going on a mission. I can watch the Ninja Turtles defeat the foot soldiers one more time. I can watch Looney Tunes and watch Bugs Bunny F it all up. I can watch Tom and Jerry and still have that moment where I am unbothered and whatever worries in the world gonna have to wait until noon because right now it was the safest time of my life. So thank you for that. Let me know what you think about that. Your Saturday morning ritual that you do as an adult that brings you childhood nostalgia. It could be anything. All right, so I'm gonna say lean forward into the things that serve you. So this is about movement of self. Now, at first, we fell back into ourselves. Now we lean in. What do you mean by lean? Lean forward to the things that serve you. And I specifically mean this in a situation of social environment. The question when we get invited somewhere, who's all over there? Who's all coming? But wouldn't it be a great question to even know who's hosting? Because if I know who's hosting, I know for a fact what kind of people they have around them. Even if I'm not that best friend, I am still a person that's acquainted with them. I've seen their surroundings. I've seen who they rock with. I've seen who they close with. And instead of asking who's all over there, just ask who's throwing the party. Who's throwing the party? Okay, I know this person has a propensity to be this way around these people. And so socially, that situation might not serve me. I know that if I go to brunch with this person and they're always going to have that other person and we get along, maybe that's going to serve me. Not that we're overshadowing the middle friend because you brought us together, but sometimes less is more and sometimes more is right. The right more. When I think about leaning toward the things that serve me, I think about the things that people have asked me to do. And I had to think about the idea of who's all over there is like, what's all involved? Who am I speaking to? Who's my audience? What's the time frame? What do I need to wear? How raunchy can I get with the words? I don't know. But I have to feel like it's a moment of tell yourself yes, and sometimes tell them, let me think about it, or give me more information. Because I don't always want to say yes to stuff that is not serving me. Just because you want my face, you want my voice, maybe you want my letters there too. I need to figure out what the behind the scene is for, like what inspired you to do this. And then who are we reaching and is it positive? Because chances are if it's not positive, I'm not going. Just gonna say that real quick. Not gonna go. Because being part of something that's negative doesn't serve me at all. I'm a universal cat, so I want to be able to reach everybody that I know, regardless of how they look. And I really think about the things that I'm asked to do to say, is this something that I would do on my own? If I was not involved in this situation or this program or this event or this thing or this movement, would I be a bystander and say, I want to be a part of it? And if I can't look at it from that perspective, I probably don't want to do it. Why? Because it doesn't serve me. Who all over there? Not me. Because it's Saturday and it's not noon yet. So yeah, thank you for that question. Lean into what serves you and figure out what drives you to be more inspirational. I get it. We can get addicted to me time. We can get addicted to the idea that, we want to be relevant and seen and we want to connect and network. And sometimes networking is exhausting because it's just like we're rubbing so many elbows. We don't even know like who, what are you go in with networking like this is my agenda, this is who I need to reach to spread the word. Sometimes we come away like overly inspired and it's like, now what do? I came here to pitch my book, but now I want to be a part of a step show, you know, or, and maybe that's a good thing. You know, you come to pitch a book and now you're going to be in a new indie film. That's awesome. But did you come there knowing that you have the space to become an actor, knowing that you're trying to try and do your book? Can you take something from the acting part and be like, hey, I'm going to apply it to this book? Instead of me saying I want to be a part of this script, how about I say I want to use character development in the book I'm writing? So we're not stretching ourselves thin because we are tapping into what serves us. And if you know what serves you, you're going to be served right. Let's talk thrash here, okay, people? Thank you for that question. Last question before I get out of here because I'm trying to do under 20 minutes. Listen, the smaller, the better, the more rotation. Yay. All right. Walk away from the things that don't bring you joy. Walk away. Walk away. Don't match the energy. Go on and walk that way to peace and grace, to happy hour. Go complain about that, to walk away. We don't need to do that. The question here is, name something that used to be enjoyable to you that no longer is. Name something that used to be enjoyable to you that is no longer enjoyable. There are two things that are used to be enjoyable to me that are no longer enjoyable. Okay. The first one is, believe it or not, hiking. I live in Iowa. There's a lot of trails, and I have learned to like hiking. I used to actually like to walk when I lived in Chicago as well. One, I didn't have a car, and I didn't want to get on a nasty bus. But two, I always found my route by a body of water, i.e., Lake Michigan. So in Iowa, I've learned to kind of find my routes, walk them, get some music. When I lived in Mason City, I did Lime Creek all the time. It was peaceful. I put on some music that I'm playing now, and I would just go for a walk. I no longer feel like I find joy in that. Not because I'm big and out of shape and I got gout. Not because I got a Baker's cyst. Not because I'm lazy or I'm out of breath. All of those may or may not be true, except for the gout. But I overcome that. If I know I'm tired, I'm gonna take a little break, give me some water, keep it walking. The real reason I don't enjoy that is because I no longer feel safe in certain areas in this state outside, specifically alone, away from like civilization, so to speak. You know, I don't feel like my hike is going to be joyous because it's going to be filled with a lot of anxiety about what might happen, who's around. And I know you're like, get out of your head. Well, come live where I live. But not necessarily get out of my head, but be aware of what's going on in the world and who's around you. You know, who's all over there or who outside. That's what I want to know. Like, cause you listen, I'm trying to get some miles in and you're trying to be extra with whatever you're trying to do, person. So I would like to say that I don't find joy in hiking anymore because I don't find outside where I live, looking the way I look, being the way I be, walking by myself or even with other people. Even if there's a group, I'm going to still be the target because somebody want to be extra. But there's a way to get over that. The one way to get over that is to go to the gym, okay? And the second way is to figure out a space that's open where you can still go and be seen, where you have witnesses or whatever. And I'm not speaking from a place of fear. I'm speaking from a place of caution. There's a difference because I'm not afraid to do it. I'm just cautious when I do. Afraid to do it meaning I won't go. But finding another route, meaning I still want to go, I'm going to be aware of my surroundings because I'm going to talk that thrash, I'm going to walk that walk. I am going to be in the movement of self. That's what I'm doing. But I think finding another route is the key. I found somewhere else that I like. It's a place called Knoll Ridge over in Cedar Rapids, Northeast. I used to live over there and it's really beautiful. So yeah, thank you for that question. Walk away from the things that no longer bring you joy. Just do it. You're going to find that the joy that you find in the things that, you know, if it's a chore, it's not joy, y'all. It's really simple. If it's a chore, it's not joy. You know, it's different from a goal you're trying to accomplish where there is work involved. But joy should be something that you just get naturally. And if you're not getting that, switch it up, bro. Switch it up, sis. And also lean in forward into the things that serve you. I want you to remember that and fall back into the things in that fall back into yourself, I should say. Those are my three topics. Fall back into yourself, lean forward into the things that serve you, and walk away from the things that don't bring you joy. You bring me joy. Okay. When I'm down. Sorry, I had to get that out. I'm all about it right now. I'm sorry, y'all. It's lit, fam. That's all I have. Thank you for talking thrash. Listen, if you want to get a shout out on Boss Up, hit me up on Instagram, Loyal16Tony. Hit me up on Facebook, TONILATTE, or comment up in here, the YouTube. We're talking thrash. Thank you for joining. Before I go, I just want to say I love you. Gamma made me do it. They said I had to represent because I've been real quiet for the summer, so I'm out here with this. Shout out to Brothers of Gamma Phi Chi. Our fall is looking promising. We are all still building from within. Thank you for the support. I am a man of my word. I am a universal cat. I'm partially healed. I'm kind of saved. And I love you and your mama. Thank you for talking thrash with me. I will see you all next time. And remember, talk your thrash, because if you don't, somebody's going to talk it for you. Don't let them do it. All right. Have a good week and keep talking that thrash. I love you and your mama. Bye.